Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome back to my library. I am finally checking out the full release of Tiny Bookshop. It's been a bit since I've recorded. I took the summer off so that I could hang out with my family. So now I'm back, and we're going to be doing this little mini-series of Tiny Bookshop. And what I mean by a mini-series is that I'm not sure how long this is going to go for. I'm kind of just going to play it by ear and see how many videos I want to put out for it, and just kind of go by my whims, honestly. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, let's get started. So I have actually played quite a bit of this game already, but I am starting a new save here on YouTube, and we're going to do that right now. Today is the day. I've packed up my things, leaving everything else behind for a quiet life by the sea. Tiny Bookshop. Waterfront Square, Monday, summer the 1st. Okay, so before I start anything, there's a couple of things you can interact with. I don't actually think this does anything, though. I wanted to just see if there was anything I could do at the moment, but it does not look like it. Telescope is out of order. This, I don't think, has changed since the demo. This is just it's some information on the coastal wildlife of Buxton Bay, which I did read already during the demo. So if you want to see what it says, you can check the demo out for that. Let's open up our store. Now, we can't do anything with the color of the store at the moment, but I think that's something I can change the next day. It's Tilda. My, what a sight. You must be the new bookseller. I've heard so much about you. What? How? Like what? And who are you? I'm gonna say what? How? Oh, don't worry. I have my sources. Anyway, welcome to our quaint little town. I'm glad you've decided to stop by. I thought you might need someone to show you the ropes around here. I'm Tilda. I used to run the local bookshop here before my retirement. Lovely to meet you. Let's see. You should know that us Buxtonians have very particular tastes in books. For example, I prefer to read classic and crime novels and not much else. So why don't I have a look at your selection and see if I can find something worthwhile. Go for it. All right, I have the right book on hand. When a customer finds a book, they will keep looking for more. I have to say, playing this game has made me want to read more again. I kind of took a little break over the summer from reading, but I've gotten back into it, and it's definitely because of playing this. Sadly, you didn't have the right book on offer. Even though you may have books of the right genre, whether people actually take one home depends on your sale chance. You can check your sale chance at any time by hovering over the genres at the right. So, yeah, each one is higher. So fact actually sells super well right now, and so does travel. And I think that has to do with the location we're in. That is something you can look up later. The sale chance shows the odds that someone might find a book that they like. Because this chance is based on how many books you have in your shop, it will decrease as you run out of books throughout the day. Managing to sell that last book of a genre is the mark of a great bookseller. This first day is just a lot of watching people take books. There's really not much you can do as far as an interaction goes, but that's okay. You can kind of like look at what the titles there, or look at the titles that they bought or the authors that they prefer, but there's really not much you can do as far as recommending books or anything like that. I think you have to wait until the next day for that. Hi there. You're the bookseller, right? I see you already talked to Tilda. Did she know everything about you already? Yeah, she does that. Tell me all about the review before I even started my job there. Oh, I'm talking about the Buxtonbury Review. It's the local paper. Yeah, I sort of write for them. My name's Fern Estrada. Glad to meet you. Your revival is kind of the only interesting thing that's happened around here in a while. So you'll have to excuse my nosiness, but it's sort of my job to write about you now. How about you help me out by answering a few of my questions, and I'll give you a free subscription in return. You might appreciate the events calendar, and people often sell used books in the classifieds. Right, so for the record, what made you come to Buxtonbury? Need an escape, searching for where I belong, want an adventure. Let's say searching for where I belong. Oh wow, I kind of feel the same way. I hope it works out for you. Okay, and what's your first impression of the town so far? Very windy? A bit intimidating. Friendly, I think. Oh, let's go with that one. Don't worry, it really is. People might be meddlesome, but they only have the best intentions. Thank you so much for the little interview. I really appreciate it. And I promise you'll have your first copy of the review by tomorrow morning. I'll have a look at your selection now if you don't mind. See you around? All right, Fern, have a look. If I remember correctly, Fern likes fantasy and travel? I can't check right now because I don't have my notebook, but that's something I can do later. And it looks like that is the end of the day. And off we go. Okay, so Tiny Bookshop rolls into Bookstonbury. Bookstonbury newcomer turns new page. Have you ever dreamt of finding your true home and starting a humble business abroad? That's precisely what this tiny bookshop operator has done, choosing our very own Bookstonbury as their latest destination. When asked about their first impression, the fresh-faced bookseller finds Bookstonbury to be very friendly. Find out more about this new and exciting shop by visiting the waterfront tomorrow. So I think this is interesting because I don't think I read this part last time. He actually talks about like what you told him based, so your answers determine what this says here, which is kind of cool. Reports the goings on around town. You can check the weather, keep an eye out for events. And here you can see the money in your pocket and all the books you own in your shop and in storage. Looks like they're running a little low. Yeah. In the classified section, you can acquire books to replenish your stocks. Okay, so let's get this free one. And we got a nice amount of stuff. We can also buy a cactus for free. Increases the sale of drama books and 2% danger. So the one thing I haven't quite figured out yet is what danger does to my shop. I've played quite a bit of this game and I haven't seen like what it does. So I'm curious if anybody has figured that out. Let me know in the comments. I'm trying to see what it does. Let's also buy those books as well, because that way we have a good assortment of books together. And we need to now decorate, which now, this is your item bar. From here, you can open the newspaper and customize your bookshop amongst other things. Click here to customize your bookshop. Yep. Now we can change the color and add our little cactus friend. So they can go in the window, which gives me a boost to drama. Some items can increase your sale chance for certain genres or change the effectiveness of other items. Watch out though, sometimes they come at the expense of another genre. Equipping some items will also increase your daily expenses, so keep that in mind. Hover over an item to see what it does. Here is where I can start painting. I almost always go with purple. This isn't what I want to do. Yeah, wait, I want the outside to be purple. Or like lavender, I guess. Got a book sign, which I can hang up, and a table and a guest book. Okay, 1 second though, game. I am trying to make this look spiffy, so give me a second. And I think that's all I can paint. No, wait, I can paint the bookshelves too, right? Yeah, and the floor. I don't hate that. Okay, let's go with that then. So, welcome to Bookstonbury. Each day you pick a location to visit on the map. Going to a location has a travel cost, which is based on your daily expenses, as well as parking fees for the location. You'll unlock more locations as you go. For now, let's pick the waterfront square gate again. Okay, now, these are the books in your storage. Select a genre by clicking on it. Okay, so unfortunately, I think this first day, you kind of just have to guess what the genres are. Each location has its own preference for genres, and I know that waterfront is travel, classic, and fact, but they haven't actually, I think crime too. They haven't actually said that yet. So I'm going to kind of just put an assortment of books. I know crime does well here. I'm going to put a lot of crime. That sounded weird. Crime does well here. No, that's not what I meant. Stocking more books of a genre increases the odds of people finding a book. Check the sale chance, 43%. Now, that does not include the location percentage. That gets added once you go to the location. You can remove books by clicking the right button. You're going to get some travel and some facts. I also want to do quite a bit of drama. Even though I know drama is not great for this area, just based on what I remember, I want to have a good amount of it. Classic, we should probably stock a fair amount of classic. Kids sells horribly here. But again, I don't want to metagame. So I'm going to put a few in there. I think that should be good. We've got a little of everything. Let's go. But I do know that classic is going to sell really well here, and so will crime. So let's go with that. Did you notice you can look around? Yes. And I can get a buoy. That increases my travel sale chance. Yay. Ah, our first customer. I guess they didn't find the classic book that they wanted, but that person did, so that's good. Rambles in Germany and Italy. I adore that title. Ah, Tilda's back. Oh, there you are. I wanted to commend you on how much you've been livening up this place. I'm sure you'll want to branch out to other places in town now. My friend Mary owns a very successful cafe in the town center. If I call her up and get her to give you a parking space, you could get quite a few visitors. Good call. Yes, I know, dear. You can always trust me on these sorts of things. It's decided then. Meet me out by the Cafe Liberté as soon as you can. All right, we can do that tomorrow. We'll meet Tilda at the cafe. Oh, and while we're on the topic of showing your face, I heard our dear Walter was quite impressed with your wagon. He's one of the local fishers. Why don't you go over there and introduce yourself? He should be back from his recent catch right now. And that's the other thing. A lot of these different zones that you can go to have somebody that you can interact with and get like a zone challenge. You might want to write this down, love. Having an organized diary comes in handy in your business. You know what? I still have quite a few unsold journals left over from my old shop. So here, why don't you take this one? Okay. There you go. I hope you make good use of it. Goodbye. So this is the journal I was talking about. This tells me what places sell certain books or which books do well in certain places. They also show the challenges that you can get in each zone and how many books you've sold. So lots of stuff that you can do here, but I'll get my first quest by introducing myself to Walter. So we'll go do that. And these are all the places. I have not actually unlocked everything in my original playthrough. I think I got everything but the last two. So I'm curious to see what they are. Let's talk to Walter. Ahoy there, kiddo. How is it going? Introduce yourself. Looks like you've got a good sturdy vessel there. I have some old items lying around, which I thought you might like. See if any of it is to your liking. Okay. This is +2 to travel sale chance, which I can't buy this right now, unfortunately. This one increases travel, but it's a -2 animal effects, which we don't have an animal yet. This is a +4 to travel, +25 to maritime effects, -2 to recommendations. So it would seem like the globe is probably the one to go with. I just can't afford it yet, so I'm going to have to talk to him later about that. My friends tell me you got decent cargo on board, too. They've been especially enjoying your travel and classic novels. Guess I have to be careful or I might be outsold by you. Why don't we make a bet? If you can make 20 sales to my buddies, I'll admit defeat. Okay. Oh, I'm looking forward to a little competition, kiddo. Good luck. Alrighty. Well, somebody already bought stuff. I think it might have been Tilda. And once I get 90 coins, I'm going to see if I can buy that globe, too. Oh, hey, what are you doing here? So I assumed you'd be at the beach like everyone else. Oh, I'm sorry. I already forgot that you're new. You just seem to fit in so easily. So sorry. Sorry. Here, I'll show you how to get to Far Beach in case you want to drop by there soon. Okay, so this is the other area. Now, I did mess up in my other playthrough where I didn't realize that you actually want to do Far Beach quite a bit in the summer because the traffic to that area slows down a ton once you get to fall. So it's a good idea to do that one while summer is still going on. I'm not really a beach person myself, but I'm sure the crowd there will need some of your reading material. Let's see if the dog is here. Roof. Hello. Can't do much with the dog yet, but you can eventually. This little stray seems hungry. Feed the stray. Would you like to pet the dog? Absolutely. Why would you even ask? So the one thing that I do kind of wish we had in this game is an option to speed time up a little bit, because I do feel like this takes a while just watching them buy their books. If like, obviously once you're able to start doing recommendations, that changes things a little bit, but it can get a little bit like samey if you're just kind of waiting around for that. Oh shoot, I don't have a ton of money. Do I want to still buy? Sure. I'm going to have to just be careful with how many books I end up buying, but I think I still have a decent amount in storage, so I should be okay. And it's okay if you start the day off with less money. Like, you'll be able to make it back. It's not a big deal. Okay. Items in the seasonal section have much slower turnover, so there's no need to hurry. Yeah, so this is interesting because this changes every game. My last game, it was a coffee maker. This time it's this hanging money plant, which increases fact and drama, which will be good once I can actually afford it. Oh, and let me customize. Oh wait, last winter, a series of snowstorms devastated vital parts of the beloved Rye Park. Many trees were uprooted and flower beds were destroyed by a strong hail. Since the beginning of the year, members of the Buxtonbury community have repeatedly expressed the wish for a restoration effort. Led by students of St. Buxton University, a newly formed group of volunteers is looking for local gardeners willing to donate their precious time and resources to the much-needed repairs. Oh, cool. Okay. Local fishers' nets are full of unregistered buoys. Oh, no. I feel like I'm okay on books today. So I'm not going to do anything with that. Let's close this. You can look around. Okay, I want to decorate because I have a lot of stuff now. Got that. I can hang this up here, and it changes colors depending on what the outside of my shop looks like. This increases travel sale and is not a negative for anything else. So we're going to put that there, and we'll put the buoy here because I don't think that's a negative to anything either. So we've got a good amount of travel increases here. So I can go to Cafe Liberty or Waterfront Square. Now, I don't have a ton of money. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it back throughout the day. I might stick to Waterfront Square though, just because of the increase in travel books. You know what? Let's go here because I can still meet Mary. I'm going to just take everything down, put it all back up. We'll do classic tends to sell really well, so we should probably do classic. We should do some travel since I have the increased travel sale chance. Maybe some drama, some crime. I'm just gonna put a little bit of everything, and then I'll probably go to the beach next time because I'm gonna need to do that. Also, there's some places to explore. I don't know if there's anything to interact with here. I love that this guy's hat is a book. That's amazing. Okay. Anything else? Flowers? No? Okay. Your bookshop can also be impacted by unexpected sources such as the weather, visitors, or special states. You can always read up what something does by looking at tooltips. Okay. Completed Meet Tilda at the cafe. Yes. Yes, indeed I did. I'm just trying to get this view a little bit better. There we go. There you are. Yes, I am here. It seems like Mariam has her hands full with the cafe again, but I'm sure she'll drop by later. Now, I have something you might help me with. I've been cleaning out my old shop for months now, selling the small pieces at the flea market. This Saturday, I'm trying to move the more bulky items to the market. Help an old bookseller out, will you? They'd fit well into that little wagon of yours. Just pick them up and bring them with you on the Saturday market. So I will do this later because when I played it last time, if you pick it up right now, they're going to be on the other side there. They're going to just sit in front of your shop all day and it detracts visitors. So I'm just going to do that later. So that's a little tip. If you do play this, don't take the boxes until the end of the day. Then you can put them in your storage and you don't have to worry about them detracting from like guests or anything. I owe you, and I'll make sure there'll be lots and lots of customers in it for you. Yeah, you better, Tilda. Okay, here is where we get to recommendations. Sometimes people will ask for help if they can't find what they're looking for. And this is the part that got me back into reading. And I'll show you why in just a second. Listen closely to people's requests and try to pick up on what kind of book they're looking for. Hello, dear. I wouldn't mind reading more female-penned literature, and I wouldn't mind getting into something more sophisticated. Pay attention to how certain parts of the requests are worded. Some things can be optional, while others are really important to your customer. People also leave some of their likes and dislikes unsaid, so make sure to put yourself in their shoes. So Tilda mentioned the first day that she likes classics and crime. And this time she is looking for a female-penned book, but something sophisticated. So I'm thinking that's going to be a classic and not a crime novel. But we will take a look at that in just a second. You can check the difficulty stars here to gauge how many books in your shelf are a good fit for your customer. Requests usually get more difficult as your stock dwindles throughout the day. Now let's look for a book. And here is why it got me into reading again. Because these are real titles written by real authors and it tells you about them. So this is awesome because this has gotten me to like look back into reading again, look back into books again. And it's been very helpful for me. Okay, I didn't read all of that because I already know. So obviously Shakespeare's not a woman. We gotta find now Daphne du Maurier, Rebecca. This one is, I would say, pretty sophisticated. It takes place in a Gothic manor. I love this book. I read it a couple years ago, but I'm just gonna see if there's any other female authors. Agatha Christie, but that's a mystery. So I mean, it kind of fits. Emma would fit too. So I would say between Emma and Rebecca would be the two to go with. Let's go with Emma. Perfect. A perfect recommendation. So obviously I met her request, and I also obviously really impressed her because the hearts mean I not only met the request, but it was perfect. So that's good. You might have found someone's favorite book. They'll buy this one and keep shopping. Which I need to read Emma. I haven't done that yet. I have read Rebecca. Inspired customers. Wow, your customers just became inspired. This happens whenever you successfully recommend a book and increases the sale chance across all genres for a short while. Yep, as you can see, it's now double. But we don't have anybody else here at the moment, so it's not going to be super helpful. There, she bought 3 books. I'm now no longer in the red, so that's good. Wow, that person couldn't find a travel book. I have like a million of them, but okay. Oh, there, somebody actually just bought Rebecca. Perfect. Ooh, got another one. Hi there, I wouldn't mind reading more female pen literature. I tend to enjoy the classics, and also the longer the book, the better. All right, well, somebody just bought Rebecca and Emma. So I gotta find... Some books can show up across different genres. This doesn't impact the customer's review, but you can use it to recommend books in a genre where your customer might not have been looking. Okay. Agatha Christie, but her page number is not very long, so we're not going to go with that. I think the rest of these are all men. So let me see. Sometimes you can recommend a book in a different genre. Drama might be a good place to go. So let me see if I can find that. Alice Walker, not super long. Salome. Zadie Smith. 400 pages. Tend to enjoy the classics. No, it's not a classic, unfortunately. Toni Morrison is also not a classic. This is a classic. It's only 255 pages, though. I think I'm going to have to go with this one because it's a classic and it's a female author. The page numbers aren't great, but it might be the only option unless there's something in fantasy, but that's not a classic. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Death on the Nile. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Oh, Fern is back. Yeah, Fern likes travel books, I think. Wait, can I check that? Now that I think about it. So Tilda, crime and classic. I have a quest for her. He likes, oh yeah, travel and fantasy. Okay. Oh, he's also a tabletop RPG nerd. Perfect. That explains why he likes the fantasy. Aha. What's the latest headline? I could really use something with a political message, but it would be nice if it's not super tragic. I can't get enough of Paradise. Oh, this is a Toni Morrison book. We have a Toni Morrison book on our list, I think. Love. Contemporary classic by Morrison, which follows 3 generations of Black women, the aftermath of a man's death, and their complicated relationships to him and each other. I don't know if it's tragic, though, because I haven't read it. Something with a political message. I might still go with that one, but I just want to see what my other options are here. Because if he likes Toni Morrison, chances are he's going to like that. Let's try it. No, I don't really see the political. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I should have gone with something that had more of a political thing. Oops. Looks like you didn't manage to find something for this person. For now, they're done shopping, but maybe they'll come back another time. My bad. Yeah, I didn't pay enough attention. You gotta, like, pay attention to the entire request and not just parts of it. I mean, we're doing pretty good. We've sold a little of everything except kids fantasy and fact, which I'm not surprised in this area. This is probably going to be our last person of the day. Oh, I got to remember to pick up stuff. Let me do that because now it doesn't matter. It's going to come to the front, but we're done for the day. So I can put that back into storage until Saturday, which is the day of the flea market. All right, so former bookshop cleared out after Sankalun's retirement. Many of our readers will have found memories of the Bokhandel and Antiquariat at the For Cyril place where Tilda Sankalun's doors were always open to comfort you with the perfect book. And while the 76-year-old has been happily retired for a few years now, it still feels like the end of an era. To see these doors come to their final close, can Buxtonbury's new mobile bookshop follow in her impressive footsteps? And what will happen to this prime spot at Cyril Plaza? Tilda Sankalund interview on page 7. Anonymous poetry discovered at Far Beach. Enigmatic bottle verses captivate literature students. Huh. Cool. Oh, we're getting a little low on books. See, I missed out on some of the books yesterday because I didn't want to spend the last 5 coins, and somebody ended up buying them. So I can't do anything about that. This one's on sale, but I can't. So the only one I can afford is Fantastic Fantasy, but I am good on fantasy right now. So I may just wing it and hope for the best. All right, so let's go to, oh God, Far Beach is so expensive. Okay. I unfortunately don't know what Far Beach likes yet. And I didn't go there enough when I played it before to even remember what they liked because I kept forgetting to go here. So we're going to just do a little bit of everything, I think. And see what happens. Yes, I just put fact and fantasy next to each other. I know. We only have 3 classics. That might be a problem. I have a ton of kids' books. I should try and get rid of those. I don't know if kids' books sell well here, but I may not have a choice. Let's just put them there for now. Now, before I do anything, let's see if there's anything to interact with. Ah, the skull. Pretty sure it's made of plastic. While equipped, +4 to crime sale. -2 to kids. Okay. Wait, I know that there's something to do with this ball. Yeah, and then somebody's gonna say, "Oh, there's my ball." Yeah, you're welcome. I don't see anything else here. Let's get started. Oh no! What did I just say? What did I just say? I forgot to move those. You gotta take them out because they don't go out of your inventory. I did that for nothing. Okay, well, great. I can't believe I did that. You know what? I'm curious. 1 second. Hold, please. I want to see if going back will bring me back to the day. It didn't. And I still have my money. Okay. Okay. Perfect. There. I'm not worried about save scumming. It's fine. It's fine. It's a cozy game. We can save scum in cozy games. It's fine. Okay. There. Now, nobody's going to be mad at me because this would have increased my daily expenses by 10. And it's distracting. So, yeah, we don't want to do that. Everything else is fine. So let's fix this. We're going to go to Far Beach. We still have all of the books set how I had them before. So that's good. All right, let's try this again. Let me go get the skull because I got to do that again. I got to play with the ball again. We're going to just do all of this before we open. Yep, there's your ball. Okay. Excuse me, could I get a book, please? Yes. And are you still looking at... I want some cold, hard facts. I'm just getting back into reading, so I'd like something light and entertaining. Yep, I already finished the last one. Cancer, unstable childhood. That doesn't sound like something to sell to a child. Light and entertaining. 74 pages. Fascinating world of French artist Jean de Buffet. Learn how we strive for the... I mean, okay, maybe. It's only 74 pages. That one seems like it's a little hard on a kid to read. 850. Nope, not light reading. Grammar is entirely made up. It can't hurt you. But since most of us have to practice it anyway, why not make it fun? Ooh, light and entertaining, 170 pages, 107 pages, and it's a fact book. Let me just check the kids section real quick. So this one might still work. She wants facts. So I'm gonna actually try this one. Okay, so it wasn't a perfect, but she didn't hate it. That's fine. Abridgment of Murray's English grammar sounds interesting. I'll check it out. I cannot believe I just gave an 18th century or 19th century grammar book to this child and she's like, yes! Okay, and now we don't have the boxes in the front, so we should be able to attract more people. Unfortunately, her sale boost already left, but we might get a few more today. Where is everyone? It's summer. You should be here. Oh, maybe it was a good thing I did kids' books. Because it looks like they're selling. The Martian. That child just took The Martian. That book was hard for me to read. Okay. C.S. Lewis. Okay, well, that works. Anne of Green Gables. This might be a bit odd, but I can't live without sci-fi, and the longer the book, the better. A Deepness in the Sky is one of my all-time favorites. I have not heard of that. Interstellar trade conflict unfolds between two rivaling powers in this epic and thought-provoking sci-fi prequel. Okay. Well... That is fantasy, so that's not going to work. Handmaid's Tale is dystopian, so kind of sci-fi. Let me just see, because sometimes you can find sci-fi in the crime section. I mean, sometimes Stephen King does sci-fi, but this one doesn't sound sci-fi, so maybe not. Science fiction elements, but it's only 188 pages. Don Quixote is not sci-fi. I doubt we're going to find a travel book with sci-fi. I think I might have to go with The Handmaid's Tale. It's not fantasy. It would be more sci-fi. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone. It would be more sci-fi than fantasy. There's no like fighting in outer space, but literally none of these books have that. So I guess. Okay, sure. The Handmaid's Tale. That's space epic. Although I guess he didn't need a space epic, he just needed something sci-fi, and it does fit that bill. So I'd really like something with folklore elements. Also, I don't think I'll ever outgrow children's literature. I'm a fan of books like The Never-Ending Story. Oh my god, same. Okay. Invented by the Finnish illustrator who lived a peaceful life in the forest. Is that folklore, though? Matilda's not folklore. Neither is Sailor Moon. That's horror. I'm not going to give that to a child. I'm going to go with that. Because I think it's probably going to fit what she needs. Yeah, perfect. Okay. All right, we actually did a good amount of sales today. Not bad. Going to the beach in the summer makes way more sense than going to the beach in fall. That's for sure. Saturday market. So tomorrow's the flea market, so we have to remember to do that. Organizers expect record turnouts thanks to the weather conditions. At our town's ongoing flea market in time, weekend visitors can once again browse, haggle, and buy to their heart's content. Stalls will offer a variety of vintage clothing, artworks, plants, homewares, records, and more. But whether visitors will get a fresh selection of books remains to be seen. Staff tip, turning up between 9 and 11 will guarantee the best bargains. So what that means is the flea market is busier in the morning, not so much in the afternoon. Buxton University announces tuition hike. Student council walkout controversy ensues. Okay. What? Oh, I have my skull. Okay, so Far Beach is kids, fantasy, and crime. Good to know. Now, I don't think there's anything going on today. So I could pretty much go to any of these places today. Classic and travel for... Well, okay, what I need to do first, I need to buy some books because I'm running low. Let's get the essential reads. Oh, good. Classics. Excellent. And then I can't afford that. We're running low on everything. So let's go with this. Now we got plenty of travel books. And I unfortunately don't have any crime. But okay. So waterfront. Kind of wish I could see how many of each book I have while looking at this screen. It might make sense to go to Cafe Liberty today, because based on what I've got in my selection at the moment, travel and classic are like the two I have the most of. So it would make sense to go there. Far Beach is kids, fantasy, and crime. I am low on all of those. So let's not do Far Beach. I don't know why I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, how do I go back? We're gonna go to Cafe Liberty because we have plenty of classic and travel. Wait, is that what I said? Classic and travel? Classic and travel. Okay. So we're going to do a whole shelf of both of those. We might add a few more. I'll take a couple of drama, a couple of fact, a couple of fantasy, and then I think that's everything. Oh no, crime. I don't think crime sells super well here though. No, I don't want to put this here because it's going to lower my chance. Although no, because yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to put that in this one. Well, it does increase crime, but then it decreases kids. However, kids isn't really going to sell super well here anyway. Then I'm out of crime books. Well, we can try that. I'm just going to double check and make sure there's nothing to interact with. Sometimes you can find stuff on the ground, though not usually here. There we go. What's up? I want something with a political message. Also, I'm feeling philosophical, but I'm not usually interested in history. Okay. So a political message. I doubt I'm going to find that in travel. But I'm just gonna take a look real quick. Yeah, no. Okay. Botany, no. HTML 1998. Oh my god. Okay. Le Corbusier? Les Miserables is political. Want something with a political message, also feeling philosophical, but he's not interested in history. Or they're not interested in history. And I mean, Les Miserables, it takes place in the 19th century. My god, Shakespeare, you are everywhere. The Stand. Not very political. I read it. It's more about a pandemic than, yeah. Game of Thrones is political. I mean, not in the way that this person is looking for, I think, but it's got politics. That is a classic, unfortunately. Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. No, I don't want to read about that. Gulliver's Travels. Political environment. Okay. Oh, but it's history. I don't know what to do about this one because there's a couple that would fit, but they're all in history, which I feel like is going to be problematic for this person. I'm going to go with either Les Mis or Gulliver's Travels. This is during colonial expansion. This is less historical than Gulliver's Travels. You know what? Fine. Okay, it worked. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. I might be overthinking it. Oh god, I hope I make more money today because it's not looking good right now. Somebody buy my books. Please. Oh, Tilda's here, so she's going to increase the rate of crime novels and classic. Oh no, you're interrupting me. Good afternoon. I hope you're aware of our flea market on Saturday. You should certainly stop by. We haven't had a good book sale there in a few years. The townsfolk will be grateful. Don't miss it, dear. Bye-bye for now. All right. Ah! You must be that person Tilda has told me about. Your selection of classic books is quite impressive. Good to see you've come well prepared. I'm Mariam Devoir. Welcome to my cafe, the Liberté. You should know it's been family owned for about 200 years now. Throughout the years, the Liberté has hosted our history's greatest minds. From writers to revolutionaries, they all met right here. But surely you've done your research into this little town already. Oh yeah. Either way, I have to get back to my customers. Goodbye. Perfect weather for a new book. I want something with a lot of pages. However, fact books are just boring. I really enjoyed Inkheart. Well, I think I know what I'm about to recommend to you. Game of Thrones. You want a fantasy book? It's 800 pages long. I think we know where this is going. Yup. Yup, indeed. Mariam wants help now. Hello, how is business? Something with a historical setting is a must, and I'd love to read something classic. However, I think humorous books can be cringy. Well, I've got classics. With a historical setting is a must. I've got so many William Shakespeare books right now. Which one would you like? Hamlet is a tragedy. So I think we're going to go with that because it is not a comedy. I had never read The Tempest, so this one seems like a comedy. Magical Confusions. We could also go with Inferno. That is not a comedy. Henry VIII Part 3. You know what? We'll go with Hamlet. I feel like that's probably a good choice. Perfect. Oh my god, there's so many people here right now. Good, buy my books. I need money so I can buy more books. It's me, IRL. Cook As You Are. I kind of want to get that actually because it's written by one of the contestants on Great British Bake Off, which is like my comfort show. I love that show so much. He's still going. Look at him. He bought my entire stock of fantasy novels. Okay. I really need to restock. What did you, Fern, are you going to read all of those? You know what? I'm not judging. This is what I look like every time I leave a bookstore. Iconic Cafe celebrates 200 years. City Awards owner with touching tribute. A family-owned coffee shop has thanked customers and staff in a small anniversary celebration this week. Cafe Liberté, a mainstay of our town center, has been serving the city for 200 years since its foundation in the early 1800s. It quickly became one of the city's most iconic spots, drawing in creatives and revolutionaries alike. Attending city officials and prominent townsfolk recommended owner Mariam Devoir for her efforts in preserving Brixton Bury's history with touching speeches. Meteor showers tonight, between 23 and 3. That's not going to affect anything for me. I got to be careful with how I buy stuff today. We're going to grab this one because this should be like a variety of different genres. Yes, perfect. We are a little low on fantasy. So I could grab that one. Math books, I don't know about that one. I have enough facts right now. Let's go with this so I can get some fantasy novels. I wish I had more crime books, but I don't, and I don't have any more money. So we're going to have to just go with that. I do not remember what books I need for the flea market. I'm going to have to just go with what I've got. Oh, I just realized I can do this. Okay. How did I never click on this tab last time? I still don't know what danger does. Okay. All right. So the flea market, we'll probably want to go with crime, drama, and travel just because we do have so many, like we have increases on those. I don't think there's, oh wait, I got to bring this with me though. Does that mean it needs to take my spot today? I can't remember if it needs to stay in my inventory. I'm just going to leave the skull there. Oh wait, I can still put the table out. So that's good to know. All right, that should do it because it looks like we've got everything else that we need. My expenses are so high today, but I don't really have a choice. At least I'm getting rid of that furniture. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful with what I put out today. I think classic is always a good choice. Most people are cool with classics. Do some drama, do some crime. I guess we'll do some facts and some fantasy. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of everything. I don't know how well kids are gonna sell. Kids are gonna sell? No. How well kids novels are gonna sell today because I've got a decrease on those. So I'm just gonna put a couple. Tilda's not here yet, so I can't do anything and I don't have any money to buy from the vendors yet. So I'm gonna have to wait. But at least once that's gone, we'll be okay. I just hate that it's gonna be in the way until Tilda gets here. Wow, that's a new personal best. I'm looking for a new pastime and can use some ideas, and I usually go for 21st century publications. However, I don't think I want anything with like 700 pages. So it sounds like they want a fact book or a travel book. Nothing with 700 plus pages. Do you want to learn the 90s HTML version 3.2? Games, game design, and game studies. That one would work. Chemistry, Mesopotamian buildings. I mean, you can learn how to cook. This is 21st century publications. Obviously, then HTML for 1998 is not going to work. This would work, though. I would say either the cooking one or whichever the other one was, game design. Let's go. You know what? Start cooking. There you go. That's actually the book I was saying I wanted to get, but we'll see. I gotta use the cookbooks I already have. Did you know I'm a really good finder? I always find the best stuff around here. Last time I found some really rare trading cards, and the time before that, my Baba and I bought a really good paint. That was so fun. I think this time I'll look for some sunglasses. How many treasures have you found yet? Think you can beat my record? Can you scrounge up? Oh, so I have to buy stuff from the vendors, which I need money for that first. So we're gonna see. Well, good luck trying. Yeah, I have exactly a coin, so I can't do anything with that yet. Tilda, where are you? Is she gonna come at the end of the day? That's gonna be so annoying. Book, please. Okay. Give me something utterly scary. I have a soft spot for science fiction, and also violence is optional but appreciated. It's for my little sister. What? I'm sorry? What are you doing to your little sister? Okay, so a scary science fiction book with violence for your little sister. Okay. Where's the stand? Because that would be perfect right now. This one might work. Because this is a horror trilogy. Oh, do we not have the stand this time? Like, the stand would have been perfect for this. It's not here this time. Okay, fine. We're going to go with Annihilation, because I think that would count. It's literally everything that you need. Okay. Go, I scare your little sister, I guess. I don't know. Oh, there she is. Finally. Come on, Tilda, get rid of your stuff. Got another request. Classics are my absolute favorite. I must request another one, and I like escaping into fantasy worlds, but I don't normally like it when authors add magic to everything. What can you recommend me? So you want a fantasy or a classic? Well, we got Beowulf, which is kind of a fantasy. The folk hero. Othello, Great Expectations, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth. Macbeth is... There's witches in that, so maybe? But let me see what we got here. Dystopian world ravaged by climate change. That's not fantasy. War of the Worlds is sci-fi. Carmilla. Gothic horror novel. This one would work. It's a classic. It's a fantasy. And it doesn't have magic in everything. It's not like, you know, wizards everywhere and stuff. So I think this would fit. Perfect. Good to see that you found our little flea market. Oh my, thank you kindly for your help, dear. I can finally get rid of this clutter now. All right, cool. I'll set up my little stand over by the old cannon then. Come by if you want to have a look at what I have in those boxes. Okay, also, I'm gonna... Oh. Hello? Oh, what? Look at this dope little shop. Hi, mate. I've read all about you in the paper. Such a cool place you've got here. My name's Klaus. I work at the Mega March at the moment. Have you been there yet? It has an awfully big car park. I'm sure no one would mind if you made a stop there from time to time. Okay. How are you? Having a good summer? Sure. Yeah, mine too. Have you had time to check out the local music scene? I mean, it's not huge, but we got some cool bands here and there. Like, I'm in a metal band. Don't know if you're into that sort of thing, but we're called the Silence Libre. Or Libri. All right, I'll check out your books now, but I'll see you later, yeah? Adios. Okay, hold up. Hold up, y'all. I need to buy some stuff. You're the bookshop owner. I love your wagon so much. It's so cute. Thanks. I'm Anne. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to the flea market. Looks like you're swarming with customers. I hope you still had some time to look around, though. Would you like some plants? Maybe. This one increases crime rate because I had a crime. Why do I keep saying it like that? No, it's not increasing the crime rate. It's increasing the crime sale chance. So we could buy that one. That's travel. Ginkgo tree. I don't have the money for that one.
Wow.
Lovely. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's try somebody else. This guy sells paintings. Bonjour. We got this one that increases fantasy. This one's travel. I can get some new paints. Dune. You know, that's a book I haven't seen on the list yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with any of that yet. I might buy a painting, but let me just see what the other guy has first. I guess I can't buy anything from Tilda today unless she's setting up right now. Hey, you seem like the bookish type. I can't seem to get rid of this thing. Do you want it? Oh, it's the typewriter. I forgot. It's in good condition and all. I just don't know. It seems cursed. I forgot you get that for free. What else do you want? I don't know yet. This is a spooky one. When someone doesn't take a recommended kids book. Oh, wait, it's got, okay. So this is dependent on if you fail a recommendation on a kid's book. It will automatically increase kids sale chance. But if you fail on your recommendation, it's +5 to fantasy. That's cool. It's also cheap, but I want to see what Tilda is going to sell before I make any decisions. Now, I assume what I had in the old shop might be of particular use to you since you're also in the book business. Why don't you have a look? Ah, the storage box. I don't have the money. This one increases sales for kids' books if the kids' books are in the top shelf. I don't have that at the moment. So I'm going to have to, maybe, can I make any more money before I leave? Probably not. Everybody's leaving. Is there anything worth buying with 60 coins? Because I can't come back here until next week. I guess I can get the doll, but I'm not sure how helpful it's going to be. While you're at the beach, +5 to kids sale chance, +2 to fantasy. If you sold over 8 kids books yesterday, +2 children will come by. The sand book, it's actually pretty good. Let's try it. And it's not leaving me with a lot of money for the next day, unfortunately. Hopefully I can get some cheaper books. Okay, let's see. Congrats for 1 year, Fern. Buxtonbury Review staff recognizes their outstanding contributions. Our dear editor, Fern, has just reached a milestone, 1 year of writing for the review. Our paper was changed for the better when you arrived on the scene for your internship, and since then, we have been graced with such awesome insights into this little town of ours. Writing articles is hard, and I don't know how you manage to do it every day, so hats off to you, Fern. Enjoy your surprise at the office this morning. All right, and then Buxtonbury Review fundraising drive. Support your local small town paper. Nothing is happening today. No, I don't have enough money. Oh no, okay. Kids and Fantasy is gonna do okay today though, so might be a good idea to go to Far Beach with the bucket because then I can increase, oh, but I gotta take the skull out because it's a decrease on kids stuff. Plus when you're at the beach, all right, so that's gonna increase while I'm at the beach. The typewriter is a +2 to classic, which is not part of Far Beach. So okay, hang on. Far Beach, I think Far Beach is probably the way to go today because it's kids and fantasy and that's going to increase. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to sell a ton of crime because I don't have it, but I might as well go here today because it seems to make the most sense. Okay, so kids, oh man, I don't have a lot of kids books either. Well, I'll sell what I have. I'm going to do lots of fantasy. I'll sell whatever crime I've got, and then maybe just, maybe just pepper in some classic, some travel, I guess some fact books, and then a couple of drama. I feel like I was doing better when I was playing it last time. I don't know what happened. Wait, is this something to click on? No, okay. Ball is here. There's a rock. I'm just seeing if I can get anything while I'm here. I don't think this place has anything though. That's our second time going to the beach. And this should be increasing. Yes, it's increasing fantasy and kids. But if I had kept the skull, kids would have been a lot lower. So it's probably good to have it like this. Well, travel's actually up pretty high too. Classic, I probably won't sell a big amount of today. I guess nobody really comes to the beach until the afternoon, huh? Oh, wait, duh. I forgot. It pauses when you're hovering over things. I was like, where is everybody? Ahoy, welcome to Buxtonbury's famous beach. Famous beach. It's nice to have you here. Such a great spot, don't you think? I've already seen some people with your crime and fantasy novels in hand. Gosh, you're doing so well. Alrighty, I'll finish up my run for today. Cheers. Are you gonna take a book? I guess not. But thanks for stopping by. I really need to get some crime novels. Shh, honey, we're talking to the bookseller right now. I usually like books with plot twists. If there are less than 200 pages, that's a plus for me. And also, it wouldn't hurt if it had a thrilling, gripping plot. Well, you probably want a crime book. Less than 200 pages. Macbeth? It doesn't have a twist, I don't think. What do we got here? This one might work. Twisted gothic horror classic. Follows two friends. Scary campsite encounters. Okay. It sounds like it's got plot twists, and it's 105 pages. Okay, let's go. Perfect, we got it. Hey, you look like you're good at picking up stuff. My mom told me we have to go home, but I still don't have all my shells yet. Shells? Yeah, ever heard of marine biology? It's where you study stuff from the sea, like starfish and mermaids and clams. That's why I need seashells, to look at them, for science. Can you pick up some for me, please? Here, I'll give you my special marine biologist device. Uniquely suited for seashell collection and analysis. Plus 2% to fact sale chance. Allows you to collect seashells. Oh, so I could collect the, okay, interesting. I never got super, like I said, I didn't get super far in the beach, so I didn't actually do this last time. I picked up most of them today, but some more should have washed up by tomorrow. I just need 12 more. Okay. My mom's calling me again. Okay, bye. Is that a shell? It is. Oh God. Okay, I almost missed this person. So, I usually go for 21st century publications. However, don't give me romance. I hate those pesky love triangles. I really enjoyed Gregor the Overlander. 21st century publications. That's not 21st century. Neither is that. Fantasy then? That's gonna have a love triangle. That's not 21st. Ursula... Oh, it's not 21st century. That's a love triangle. Wait, is Cruel Prince a love triangle? I read this one. But now I don't remember if there's a... I feel like it is. I mean, a lot of young adult did the love triangle thing in the late 20-teens. That's not going to work. Silmarillion's too old. One of Us is Lying. I don't think there's romance in One of Us is Lying, but I could be wrong. I didn't read it. It's not going to be anything in classics. Oh, what about drama? It's only... weird all male. Nope, that's gonna not work out. Nope. Seven Husbands. No, that's technically a love triangle. Okay. So what did I say? What did I say I was gonna give her? Was I gonna do Cruel Prince? I honestly don't remember if that one has a love triangle. There's romance though. Shoot, there is romance and wait, no, I think there's romance in that one. I don't know what to give you. There's romance in Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, too. Wait. This might work. Doesn't have any love triangles. It's written pretty recently. Okay, let's try it. No? Was there? Okay, fine. I guess there was kissing. I'm sorry. I never read it, so I don't know. I'm trying to find seashells. Is that it? For shells, anyway? Oop. I'm in a bit of a hurry. I like quite a thrilling story, but don't usually enjoy dry books. Okay. Sure, that should work. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. Anybody else trying to buy anything while I'm looking for seashells? No? Okay. You know, I actually did pretty well that day, despite not having all of the books that I needed. I need to save the money this time and buy more books. Like, that is what I absolutely need for the next day. Okay. Wait, when am I supposed to go to Mega March? Lighthouse might rouse fright. Haunted building comes with a view and resident ghosts. Since the automation of lighthouses during the 1960s, the Buxton Bay Lighthouse is no longer inhabited. Many passersby in the following decades have reported signs of paranormal activity. Me and the mates were there yesterday, and we found a footprint near the lighthouse, and there was a bloody bang at the door. Gave me a proper fright, it did, says local fisherman's grandson. Reclusive lighthouse keeper Gareth Ellis has declined to comment on the sinister happenings. Shell count reaches record high. Scientists baffled by a rare seashell appearance. Okay. I might go back to the beach today if I can get books. The beach needs crime, kids, and fantasy. Okay. Oh my god, I don't have any kids books left. All right, wait. Secondhand. Perfect. Learn to read. Kids books. I'm gonna grab this one too because I really need to just restock. Oh, good. That gave me enough of everything. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the beach. Crime, fantasy, and kids. What does the shell do again? Fact sales. Yeah, I might as well finish the beach. Wait. Yeah, because I'm trying to get the shells, and I also need to visit the beach one more time. So I might as well do that today. I can do Mega March another day. Crime, what did I say? Kids, fantasy, and crime. Okay, oops. They did not, okay, so travel and drama did not sell at all. We'll do all of the crime, a whole shelf of kids. Fantasy was the other one. And then we'll just kind of fill out the bottom with a couple of these. Stamp collected. Visit the beach 3 times. Cool. And now I gotta collect some shells. I need 12 shells. She said to come back tomorrow. I only see the 1 shell. I finally have some time to read. I'd love to read something classic. Also, I enjoy getting sucked into a really long book. Do you have anything like Middlemarch? Ambition follows the lives of unforgettable characters. All right, well, what do I got in the classics here? Oh! I mean... Okay, you want a long book? I got a long book for you. Yep, I figured that was going to be a good one for you. Oh, and actually, since the newspaper talked about the lighthouse, I think I need to go back to the waterfront and use the telescope. Telescope? Binoculars? Whatever they are. Because that's how you unlock the lighthouse, I think. I want something short and sweet. However, I'm not a fan of horror. It's for my little sister. Okay, so this one's getting something for their little sister that's not horror. All right. Short and sweet, no horror. That's only 188. Oh, Charlotte's Web. That was one of my favorite books as a kid. Oh, wait. The Happy Prince and Other Tales. This one doesn't have any horror. This is short, so it should work. Okay, cool. Ah, summer holidays are the best. My parents wanted to go somewhere on holiday, but I said, you can go without me then. I don't want to sit in a car all day. In Buxtonbury, I can just take my bike to the beach. Plus, all my friends are here. I'd miss out on the best jokes if I went away. There's only one thing we're missing from the summer. Sandcastles. No better place to dream yourself away than Buxton Bay. Sell the fantasy 15 times during the summer holidays. Okay. Oh, and more fantasy books, of course. Keep up, will ya? I'm trying, but finding fantasy books has not been easy. I want to see something with space travel, distant galaxies, far-off empires. You know, the good stuff. The Martian is one of my all-time favorites. That doesn't have any of those things, except space travel. But okay, sure, child. The Martian Chronicles. That would work. I actually read that in high school. It was one of my favorite Ray Bradbury books. I think we're going to probably go with that. Yay, perfect. I guess I'm going to have to keep coming back for more shells. Man, I'm almost out of fantasy books. It really does sell well at the beach. That's my favorite genre too, so I'm always happy to... Wait, what's this? This wasn't here before. I guess I can't do anything with it. And I also don't see any shells. So All right, I think this is where I'm gonna stop this video. It's been going for quite a bit, but I've been really enjoying this. It has been fun to get back into recording. Like I said, I took the summer off, so it's nice to be back. I'm gonna kind of, get back into the swing of things with my other games as well. But hopefully you all enjoyed. It's been great to be back. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and like the video as well. And I will see you all next time. Bye.